And I feel the core issue is about the fundamentalist, radicalized people who support terrorism. Let's be clear about the core issue. I invite Colonel Rohit Dev to open the debate today. Colonel Rohit Dev is making his first appearance on my show as a geopolitical and defense analyst. Colonel Dev, first of all, can you hear me? I see you adjusting your camera there. Can you hear me?
Hello, Arnab, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
So I believe that the core issue is radicalized, Islamist, fundamentalist people who directly or indirectly support acts of terrorism. Do you agree with me?
Arnab, actually, I just caught on a little bit of what you said. If you can hear me, let me just say what I feel about this particular case. If you see the analogy given by Mahathir and Turkey and other people, it doesn't stand to any ground, because when Emmanuel Macron came to power, he came at the backdrop of the knife incident of 2015, a beheading of a priest in 2016, and the ISIS declared killing of 86 people again in 2016. Post this incident, the civilized world, and when I say that, it includes the US, which has called it and termed it as a radical Islamic terrorist attack. The UK has also sided and said that they are against such terrorism and intolerance at the helm of it. The European Union, Ursula von der Leyen, has said that she is prepared to face this barbarism and fanaticism. The Vatican has called out against the terror and the violence in this case. And we have the French president himself, who has called for a relook at the religion of Islam, which is in the state of crisis. Having said that, the broader issue is late Samuel Paty, who was beheaded, was a human first. How can you take the moral ground on a religious aspect and behead somebody who had made the choice to the students to stay in the class? His cartoon was based on Charlie Hebdo cartoon of 2015, and then you call it that this is the state? If that is the state, and the proponents like Turkey, Pakistan and Malaysian head who are trying to say that this is the correct thing and correct form to attack Macron, I believe they are standing on the wrong side of humanity first than the religion. Insofar as our country is concerned, we have taken the correct stance and we are standing with a friend. We are the Republic of India, and we stand with the President of France in his time of dire chaos in his country, where there are powers inimical and sellouts who are trying to build a narrative through other world media and other leaders who can be bought out. But humanity does not absolutely say a yes to such a terrorist act, such a barbaric act. And when you defend these acts based on a call of your religion, it actually shows the mindset of those particular people who are not only deriding Islam as a religion, but they are trying to arrive at a world stage on the garb of jihad, a garb of Islamic terrorism and ISIS and such like organizations. This man who came for Tunisia was nothing short of an Islamic terrorist brainwashed. So that is the context which is supposed to be understood. Nothing wrong against the religion, nothing against the humanity, but inhuman people are inhuman. A terrorist is a terrorist, and when the terrorist hides behind and is brainwashed by a particular religion and few clerics, then it will be called out. Time has come to call that out quite clearly.
I think the whole world is calling it out. I think India is calling it out. All sensible people are calling it out. What horrifies me actually, Shazia, who will now debate with Atik, is that there is an attempt to justify beheadings. They say, oh, we are very hurt. We are very hurt. You have questioned our religion, you have been insensitive, so we will behead you. So we will behead you. And you will glamorize beheadings.
Beheading is not justified.
1 minute.
Beheading is not glorified,
just
not
1 minute.
justified.
Two other people, these are cowards. I repeat, 1 minute. These are cowards. 2 people killed in a terrorist attack in Nice. Now you must understand today, Atik, the entire world on one side and the radicals on the other I don't call them radicals, I call them these Islamist, fundamentalist, radicalized Islamist. I'm not talking about Islam. Be quiet. Atik, let me complete. Atik, do not try to, when I'm speaking on a very serious matter, because you are on the back foot, you want to twist my words. But I will not allow you, so you be quiet. I say anyone who is not speaking up against what happened in Nice deserves to get their minds checked. Glamorization of terrorist attacks and beheadings, Shazia, has gone on for too long in this country. You cannot deny the Islamist, fundamentalist, radicalized support to acts of terrorism. Shazia, please debate with Atik.
Well, absolutely. First of all, I'll tell you, any human being or any Muslim with a conscience could never condone what is happening. And what is happening in France and what the French president has had to say is absolutely in keeping with the democratic values of that state. They are sensitive about their culture. They want it to be a certain way, and they have this policy, and they stand unequivocally clear on where they on liberalism, on freedom of speech. And they have been like that. Even earlier, they wanted a ban on turbans because they wanted to protect the French culture. But now, for Indian Muslims to come out and march, I mean, it reminds me something like the Khilafat movement, where the Indian Muslims had no locus whatsoever. We stand with India, and India stands with France, and France stands with India. France has had India's back, whether it's 370 or UNSC or the nuclear deal or defense pact. So why wouldn't we be with France? We are with France, obviously, because we are Indian Muslims and we live here. So I don't know what to say to those 2,000 Muslims who got together and started saying Nare Takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. नहीं, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी आपसे भाई साहब, बहुत ही इज्जत के साथ और बहुत ही एहतराम के साथ मैं ये आपके सामने रखूँगी इस बात को, गौर फरमाइए ज़रा कि मैं भी मुसलमान हूँ, आप भी मुसलमान हैं, हम लोग कहाँ के फ़र्द हैं, यहाँ के रहने वाले हैं भाई साहब, यहाँ के बाशिंदे हैं, ये मेरा देश है, हम वतनी हैं हम लोग, और भारत के साथ फ्रांस हमेशा खड़ा रहा है, और फ्रांस के साथ कट्टरपंथी बढ़ रही है, तो आपको क्या लगता है? आप बताइए क्या आपको फ्रांस के साथ खड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए? फ्रांस बल्कि आतंकी सोच और कट्टरवादी सोच के खिलाफ आपको बोलना चाहिए। सबसे पहले आपको बोलना चाहिए भाई साहब, सबसे पहले आपको बोलना चाहिए कि कट्टरपंथी सोच के खिलाफ मैं खड़ा हूँ, इसलिए मैं फ्रांस के साथ हूँ। तो क्या मार डालेंगे किसी को? तो फ्रांस ना जाइए आप, कौन कह रहा है फ्रांस जाइए आप? तो कौन आपको मजबूर कर रहा है फ्रांस में रहने के लिए? आपको कौन मजबूर कर रहा है? आप शरिया जो है अपना आप वहाँ पे नहीं लागू कर सकते भाई साहब, आप नहीं कर सकते, आप यहाँ पे नहीं लागू कर सकते, आप भारत में भी नहीं कर सकते, वो वहाँ पे नहीं कर सकते आप, वो फ्रांस है, ये इंडिया है और सऊदी अरेबिया है, ये अलग अलग देश है, ये अलग अलग देश है, कानून चलता है यहाँ पे, रूल ऑफ लॉ चलता है, आईन चलता है, आईन, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। भाई साहब,
आप मुसलमान होने की दुहाई तो ना दें, आप ये जरूर बता दें दुनिया को कि आपकी रसूलुल्लाह के नामों के साथ खेला जा रहा है, आपकी जान करिए।
मुसलमान होने की दुहाई ना दे, आप तो इंसान होने की दुहाई ना दे भाई साहब, आप इंसान होने की दुहाई ना दे।
रसूलुल्लाह के खाके बनाए जा रहे हैं।
कहीं अगर आतंकवादियों के जो हम तो लगातार ही कहते हैं
जवाब है या दुनिया के सामने एक्सपोज हो जाइए,
अगर दुनिया के सामने जाइए भाई साहब, कौन रोक रहा है आपको? लेकिन क्या मारेंगे? क्या अल्लाह इजाजत देता है इसकी? क्या कोई भी किसी को मार देगा? कि किस तरह के इस्लाम की बात कर रहे हैं? किस तरह के इस्लाम की बात कर रहे हैं भाई साहब? कोई भी मुसलमान जो है, मैं बता दूं, कोई भी मुसलमान जिसका ज़मीर है ना, वो आपके साथ नहीं है।
Okay, so I want to come into the debate now. 1 minute. Okay. So can I request all of you to step back for a minute? I've been listening to this question, to this debate. मैंने देखा है कि दोनों तरफ से पॉइंट्स रखे गए हैं, अब समय मेरा है कि मैं भी कुछ पॉइंट रखूं। You see, मुफ्ती मंजूर ज़ियाई, There is something called a constitution, a rule of law. Calm down. पहले ठंडे दिमाग से जवाब दीजिए. एक मिनट, ठंडे दिमाग से. There is something called a rule of law. There is something called a law in the Republic of India. हम भारत में रहते हैं, हमें भारत की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, वेट अ मिनट, हाथ नीचे रखिए, हर भारत के रूल ऑफ लॉ को फॉलो करना होगा. और जरूर यू हैव अ राइट टू फील दैट ओके, दैट योर sentiments were, your sensibilities were affected and hurt and offended. है ना? यही बात है ना? तो जरूर ओके, यू हैव अ राइट टू फील दैट. नाउ 1 minute, वेट अ मिनट, सुन लीजिए बात.
सुनाइए.
सुना रहा हूं तो रुकिए, फिर जब मैं सुना रहा हूं तो आप चुप रहिए. Now, so many times in this country, people have said disgraceful things about Hindu gods and goddesses. And so many insensitive things have been said. Wait a minute. But I have always said, what I've always said, wait a minute. I've always said, thank you. Now you let me complete my point now. You know, Maulana Qadri, listen to my point and I will complete my point. You must understand, you have a right in the Constitution as a citizen of India to put your complaint. You have a right to profess and practice your religion. Your right to profess your religion, your right to demand respect for your religion and will be protected. Okay? But what cannot be accepted is what has been going on in the name of religious sensitivity. Sensitivity, याद रखिए हमेशा, मौलाना कादरी और मुफ्ती मंजूर, ये सबके होते हैं. आज हमारे इस प्रोग्राम पर जो हम 7 लोग इधर हैं, है ना, हम में से 3 लोग हिंदू हैं और 4 मुसलमान हैं. रुकिए, ये याद रखिए. ये कोई नहीं कह सकता कि मेरे सेंसिटिविटीज आपसे ज़्यादा हैं या आपसे कम है, पहली बात. और दूसरी बात, किसी को कोई अधिकार नहीं है, nobody has the right to take the law into their hands and say, I am so offended that I will now carry out riots, I will carry out violence, I will kill people. Because if this killing continues, wait a minute, Maulana Qadri, now you need to listen. I will complete my point today, you will not interrupt me. अरे कहा क्या किया, कहा नहीं किया, सुनने की फितरत रखिए, सुनिए, कहा क्या किया. Viewers, I am saying this has gone on for too long. I want reasonable people to understand. Sri Lanka Easter bombings, 300 innocent people were killed. Zakir Naik inspired the killers in Dhaka. 20 people were hacked to death. Hacked. काटा गया उनको, काटा गया. लंदन ब्रिज अटैक के बाद, मुझे खत्म करने दीजिए, आज बहुत हो चुका है. लंदन बहुत हो चुका है, मैं बोलूंगा आज. लंदन ब्रिज अटैक के बाद आईसिस ने बोला, इट्स आवर फीलिंग. नाउ वन मोर थिंग, लेट मी कंप्लीट, बी क्वाइट आतिक. Mali, in Mali, 53 people were killed in a jihadist attack. Burkina Faso चर्च में क्या हुआ? चर्च के अंदर कितने लोगों को मारा गया? चर्च के अंदर जिन ईसाइयों को मारा गया, क्या उनकी कोई अभिव्यक्ति की आजादी और उनके रिलीजियस बिलीफ्स का राइट नहीं है? Do these, I want to ask you again. When and calm down today, I must make my point. March 2019, these Islamist terrorists enter a church in Burkina Faso. They just spray the bullets. Tuck, 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 tuck. Kill people. What happened in New Zealand? Let me now ask. You remember, Rohit, what happened in New Zealand? It was also telecast live. The killing, the terrorist attack was telecast live, and the argument was, our feelings have been affected. Our sensitivities are hurt, so we will kill hack, brutalize people. And if you dare to speak, we'll say, whoa, 1 million of us will stand up and do a protest. Now, if you question us anymore, we'll even carry out riots. How long will this continue? You have to, the moot issue is, are you for terrorism or against it? Don't hide from that issue. Sudesh, the issue is terrorism. The issue is terrorism.
Arnab,
The issue will remain terrorism. And India is with Macron for that reason.
what has
Sudesh.
happened in France is against humanity, and I am very thankful to the Muslim intellectuals who have come out and said.
Sudesh and Maulana Qadri.
Can I continue uninterrupted, please? Maulana Sahab, can I continue uninterrupted, please? I am very thankful to those Muslim intellectuals who have come out and said in this country that Prophet is above all this thing. You cannot insult the Prophet by drafting cartoons and all that. He is above these things. If some mad people do it, there is law to deal with that. You know what has happened in France. You cannot go to France and preach your ideology.
Maulana Qadri, Rohit, please wait a minute. Rohit, wait a minute. Let Maulana Qadri respond and I'll come to you. Rohit.
Remember,
Rohit, wait. Maulana Qadri.
fraternity and liberty, the credo of civilization of democracy
And exhort Shazia Almiji. It actually means that
Maulana Qadri, Rohit, wait a minute.
Exhort people, to garner people, to influence people to come into the mode of jihad. It couldn't be more shameless than that for humanity. So what I am saying
Maulana
is,
Qadri,
these people are making a cardinal mistake of
Maulana Qadri, Rohit, wait a minute. Maulana Qadri is on the debate right now.
Period.
Thank you, Rohit. Maulana Qadri, thank you. Maulana Qadri will debate. Everyone calm down. Shazia is on that side.
Very categorically.
Yes.
Let me say very clearly, whatever Taliban has done, we have always condemned. Whatever ISIS has done, we have condemned. And you know, the American government, the American missionaries, American intelligence services have taken, Kirai ka Tattu, Pakistan, to build Taliban. And they have thrown out Russia from Afghanistan.
Talk about this incident. You should condemn it. It is against humanity. Terrorism of any kind coming from any ideology. Whether it is Islamic supremacist ideology or any ideology of any Islam should be condemned.
It's a state-sponsored insult to Islam and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
They have no place in civilized society.
You have to understand, Maulana Qadri, we live in a civilized world. 1 minute. Maulana Qadri, a minute. I ask you, please understand. Suppose Atik, my friend, listen to me. Calm down first of all. Atik and Mufti Muhammad Manzoor Ziai. We must not be so emotionally charged in these debates. 1 minute. Colonel Rohit. My point to you is, you have the legal, there are only two choices now, Atik, we have. Either we believe in the rule of law and the legal process, or we say that when it comes to our matters of religion, we don't believe. You must understand that if every citizen of India on a matter of his religion says, I don't believe in the rule of law, there'll be mayhem in this country, Atik. Am I wrong?
Arnab, that's what I need to say. When we do not have enough laws that any deities, any prophet, any
no, we have enough laws. No, we have the laws. No, we have the laws.
Cartoons.
We have the laws.
Okay, if we have the laws, are they equally applied then?
Yes, they are equally applied.
Equally applied then?
Yes, they are equally applied.
Hussain, when he depicted through his
yes, they are equally applied. Rohit Dev is on the debate. Rohit Dev is on the debate.
You need fanaticism to kill somebody. You need to be a barbaric to kill somebody. Nothing in the law is required. It's the mindset which needs to be corrected, which gives you the undue right in your mind to kill somebody just because.
Okay. Let me give you an example. Rohit,
you need civic sense, you need humanity, and you need to be a human first.
Rohit, let me give you a very specific instance. Again, I say tempers down. Atik, my friend. Wait. Atik, wait. Let me explain to you another way.
If I agree,
let me give a very specific. Shazia, 2 minutes. Shazia, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Shazia, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Dekhiye, Shazia and Manzoor Ziai will debate this. Now, I am not saying you don't have a right to feel offended. You have a right to feel offended. I have a right to feel offended. I may be very strongly offended by M.F. Hussein's paintings. But should I kill him? No. Can I behead him? I can't. 1 minute. इस वक्त मंजूर जियाई साहब देखिए, आप जरा मेरी बात सुनिए. इस वक्त एक पिक्चर निकल रही है. अक्षय कुमार है उस पिक्चर में. पिक्चर का नाम है लक्ष्मी बॉम्ब. लक्ष्मी बॉम्ब. आप मेरी बात सुनिए. मैं पिक्चर पे नहीं जा रहा. मैं कह रहा हूं वेट अ मिनट. Whether it changed or not, will those people who feel right? और आज लक्ष्मी पूजा हो रही है पूरे भारत में. Today is the day of Lakshmi Puja. I will take my time. Will every Hindu say because the name is Lakshmi Bomb we will try and burn people, kill people, do protest, create law and order situation? ऐसे थोड़ी चलता है. समझ रहे हैं ना मेरी बात? हाँ बोलिए.
सुनेंगे आप? देखिए, दो बातें हैं अर्नब. सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट आपके व्यूवर के लिए चिल्ला पुकार से दूर रह करके दो बातें हमें समझनी होगी कि जिस तरीके से आपने शुरुआत की कि पूरी दुनिया वन साइड हो रही है, तो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं अगर पूरी दुनिया वन साइड भी हो जाएगी तो रसूलुल्लाह के नाम पर कोई समझौता करने को तैयार पूरी दुनिया.
Nobody is telling you to do समझौता, so I don't think you are. आप टेररिज्म के इशू पर कुछ बोलने को तैयार नहीं है. मुझे लग रहा है आप टेररिज्म के इशू पर एक शब्द बोलने को तैयार नहीं है. आप टेररिज्म और टेररिस्ट एक्ट्स पे आप कुछ बोलने को तैयार नहीं है. मैं आपको चैलेंज कर रहा हूं, आप टेररिस्ट इश्यूज पर बोलिए. आप टेररिस्ट इश्यूज पर आपको बोलना पड़ेगा. आपको नीस में टेररिस्ट अटैक पर अपनी चुप्पी बंद करनी पड़ेगी. आपको बोलना पड़ेगा.
हम लोग पूरी दुनिया के टेररिज्म के खिलाफ बात करने वाले हम ही लोग हैं. आपके साथ 100 डिबेट की है हमने अर्नब, लेकिन मैं आपको आज ये बात बताना चाहता हूं कि जब पूरी दुनिया भी एक साथ अलग हो जाएगी ना तो रसूलुल्लाह के नामों के
I am saying to you मुफ्ती मंजूर जियाई, let me tell you, मुफ्ती मंजूर जियाई, आप जो बोल रहे हैं, जो आप बोलना चाहते हैं, आप सुन नहीं रहे दूसरों की बात. मैं दरखास्त कर रहा हूं, मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूं, आप बात सुनिए मेरी. शांत हो जाइए 2 मिनट के लिए, मेरी बात सुनिए. 1 मिनट. मैं कह रहा हूं it is disgraceful, it is criminal. 1 minute. You listen to me now. मुफ्ती जियाई, आप अपने लिए बोल रहे हैं कि सुनने के लिए बोल रहे हैं? आप सिर्फ सुनाने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, सुनने के लिए बोल रहे हैं. मैं कह रहा हूं it is distasteful and criminal to insult anyone's religion, but the penalty for the crime comes through the rule of law, not mob justice.
वहाँ पे इसकी इजाजत
तरीका होता है.
आप किसी को मार नहीं सकते.
I thank you.
आप किसी का कत्ल नहीं कर सकते. You can't murder anybody. You don't have the right to murder anybody.
Viewers, I have to close the debate. I thank you very much for joining me. And once again, a reminder, starting tomorrow, 20 questions a day, 100 questions in all to Parambil over the next 5 days. See you tomorrow. Till then, good night and goodbye.